Hi guys, this will be a video showing you how to set up your Interwrite Smartboard to get it working interactively in classes. So there are a few things you're going to need to do. First of all, you'll need a laptop with the Interwrite software on there, which all laptops, all the more recent ones, have been automatically put on already. You'll need to plug in a few cords. Now, attached to the board here, there's always, or there should always be, two cords coming out. The first one is your blue video, which basically puts a picture on the board for you. If you just want to show a movie, a DVD or something, you only need this cord. If you want to work interactively, there's also a USB cord that comes out of the wall as well. You'll need to plug both of those two cords into your laptop if you want to work interactively. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, the next thing you need to check, if it doesn't automatically pop up that your board has connected, then you need to make sure the actual board's switched on. These should always be switched on, but sometimes people do turn them off. On the side here, where my finger is, behind this sort of grey ridge, just next to where the pen's, there is a little switch on the side, hidden where you can't see it from the front. You need to make sure that light is on. There's a green light there. If the green light is on, then that means the board is on. If it doesn't recognize your computer, nothing pops up, nothing happens, there's a good chance that that switch has been turned off, and you'll know that with the green light being off. So make sure that the board is switched on behind the back here. So once you have your two cords plugged in, you've made sure the board's turned on. On this panel on the side here, just turn that around a little bit, you can see this panel. There's one of these next to every single smartboard. You'll just need to hit the on switch, like so. And what that will do, it will fire up your projector and allow you to see a picture on the screen. So as that's happening, let's turn that around a bit. Currently, we'll be able to put a DVD in our computer, as long as you connect the sound, of course, and that's just like using any projector. But the aim of this is to use the actual smartboard features, the actual interactive stuff, which is what I'm going to show you. Now, most of us now have the L420 laptops. They're the most recent laptops. Because they have a skinnier screen, we might need to change one of the settings the very first time that you use it. So what I'll get you to do when you want to set this up is using your mouse, or I'm just using the pen, it's the same thing, right-click on your desktop background and choose the screen resolution option. Now, automatically, the first time you plug this in, your screen resolution will change down to about 1024, I think it is. If you want to use this interactive properly, so it lines up nicely, which I'll show you what I mean by that in a second, you'll need to click on the very top option, 1366 by 768. Now, mine's already set to that, but there's a good chance yours won't be if you haven't used these before. You might need to apply those settings and then click OK. Now, you'll notice on the screen, it squeezes the top up. There's a bit of this black area on the top and this black area on the bottom. That's fine. You actually need that to be there if you want to use the interactive part properly. Okay? The next thing you may need to do, and if you have used this before, you won't need to do it every time, but if your pen and your cursor doesn't quite line up, which may be the case the first time, you'll need to click on this button on the side here, this calibrate button. So if I go ahead and click that, you'll notice it brings up this blue screen with these little targets. Now what you need to do is click on the middle of each one of those targets. It goes around the screen, and all this is doing is calibrating the pen and the cursor so that they line up. Now if I show you there, you can see the cursor lines up nicely with the pen. Before it may have been out of whack a little bit. If you can't get that pen to line up, there's a good chance that your screen resolution isn't that top one, and that causes it to be out a little bit. So make sure we change it to 1366 by 768. Okay, once you've calibrated, really I can use this pen as a mouse. Anything I do with a mouse, click on icons, open up programs and so on, I can do with a pen. So I don't even need to be near my computer to do this. But the interactive part is what we're interested in. So up the very top here, there's an icon that says interactive mode. If we click on that, you'll notice it brings up this Interwrite workspace, which is the software that runs with the smartboards. It should bring up a menu bar, which I can move around here. once we've got that menu bar open, we know we're working interactively. A mistake some people make is clicking on this whiteboard mode, which is the second of the icons. Don't click on that. It doesn't work properly. If you want to use it as a whiteboard, you can use it through interactive mode anyway. So now I have the ability to draw. Now I'm going to go through the software features in a later video, but I can open up a blank page, use my pen, and all of a sudden I can use that as a whiteboard. And there are many other features. It's not as simple as a whiteboard. If I wanted to have some line paper, if I was an English teacher, I could write on that. So there's lots of other features I'll show you later on. But in terms of getting yourself set up so that your smartboard is working, you need to do the following things. 1, make sure both the blue plug and the USB are in your computer. 2, make sure that the switch behind the smartboard here is on. 3, turn on the panel, press the on switch so that your projector lights up. 4, if you're going to work interactively, you want to make sure the resolution on your setting is the top, 1366 by 768, or you will have problems lining your pen up. And 5, if it's not already lined up for you, click on the calibrate option and follow the dots around if you need to get it to line up. And finally, number 6, the interactive mode, which is this top icon up here. Click on that, and then you'll be into your interactive mode, and you can start to dazzle the kids with your technological genius. The next video will be about using the software with the interactive mode, but this should help you get set up and get going, and from there you can probably explore a little bit.